Alrighty, YouTube. Ready for another live stream. Okay, awesome. We're doing this live stream off of my laptop this time and not usually on an iPhone, just to see if YouTube live streaming is glitch free off of a desktop, because that way I can do more complicated live streams in the future using different screens and all that other good stuff. So we're gonna wait for some other people to tune in, and we'll carry on with the live stream. So we'll just wait, give it a minute or two, have some people tune in, and that will be good. Okay, one person tuned in so far. Let's wait a few more minutes, get an audience going, and then we can get started with today's Q&A. So we can start populating some questions in the live chat box, and we'll be able to answer those questions as well. Hence Q&A, right? Okay. Let me send out email to my subscribers. Just give it a few more minutes, guys. Sorry, but while we're waiting, you can go ahead and post some comments, some questions that you want to talk about filmmaking while I get this email set up. There we go. Now we're starting to get an audience here. Welcome, guys, to the live stream. We're going to wait a minute or two just so we can build a bigger audience. I'm going to send out an email right now to my subscribers. Also, while we wait for the next couple minutes or so, please go ahead and type in some questions that you might have for this Q&A, and we will be able to answer them as thoroughly as possible. So just give me a minute or two here, and we'll be ready to answer some questions. Halvin Wolf, what's up, man? All right, here we go. Okay. All right. Any questions, guys? I just need one more minute for this email to go out, and then we'll be ready. So while we wait for that just 1 minute, you can go ahead and type in your questions. I'm doing this live stream off of my laptop, so I see a lot more data. So that's good. So now I can see everything, and I think it's a little bit more efficient than a little bit better than having it on my iPhone. That way I can respond to comments a lot easier. All right, Halvin Wolf, any shoots you got coming up, man? Let me know. Let me know. My newsletter is glitching out. Can you use a phone to make a film? Of course you can, but I hope your phone shoots in HD, because that is a big thing. You can shoot on any kind of camera. Could be a bad camera, could be a good camera, as long as the story is good and you're able to capture emotion and you're able to show emotion. That's what matters big time. So if you're able to do that, then yes, you can definitely pull it off. My newsletter is not working. How bizarre. Oh, okay, there we go. Now we're getting some questions. Okay, this is great. There we go. See? I didn't even send out the newsletter yet. Rory, will you give my YouTube channel a shout out? I make filmmaking videos too. All right, guys, this is a shout out for Rory Marion. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Great job. Support Rory Marion. Check out some of the videos on that channel. Alvin Wolf, thinking about purchasing the Canon EF 75 to 300 mil. I like that lens. It's a standard lens. Should get you some really great range. Would you recommend the use of a gimbal? Of course I would. Check out some of my earlier tutorial videos, and you'll be able to see how many gimbals I use. I use electronic gimbals. I use manual gimbals. I have so many gimbals, it's ridiculous. All right, here we go. My newsletter is up and running now. So I'm just gonna send out this email, guys. Sorry about this, but continue asking questions. Awesome. Cool. All right. Cool. Hello. What's up, Sebastian? How you doing, man? So what are my thoughts on the 35 to 7 is a 35 to 300? Yeah. So like I said, that's a standard lens. I feel like for between the mid-range to telephoto. I believe it's an L series lens, right? Is it L series? Can you remind me if it is or not? If it is, then you're in good hands because L series glass is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. All right, so I'm just gonna send this out right now. Done. Is everyone seeing the live stream okay? Just want to make sure. Okay. Okay, cool. Awesome. So I'm gonna click on the send button. Sorry guys, I'm doing like a billion things at once right here. Almost done. Almost done. I should have done this before, but I apologize. Okay, cool. Alrighty, and the emails have been sent. Fantastic. All right, now let's get to the good stuff. So, I've been trying to do as many Q&As as I possibly can throughout these last few weeks, and continuing on. I want to keep going. I don't want to stop. These live streams are very important. Just like how I start off every single live stream, I tell you how important they are to join in and learn as much as you can, because what I have been taught, I'm teaching to you guys. I love talking about my mistakes. I feel like if I mention my mistakes to you, you guys learn the most out of them. And that's where we start seeing some real progress and some real improvement. So I will talk to you about my mistakes, and then we'll talk about, I want to ask you guys what you think you would have done as a solution to fix that mistake. But right now, we can answer some questions, specific questions. Go ahead, ask me about anything related to film. For another question we have coming in is from Mustaqim Shah Jahan. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Hi, man. I just want to say thanks so much for your advice. When I have been able to create many new projects. Okay, awesome. Hoping to support your channel. I'm going to have to wait until payday. Haha. No worries, man. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate you saying that my content has helped you. Again, this channel's for you guys. I want to build a community here where we can just learn and grow together. I don't know everything, but there are certain things that I know that different people have taught me, and it's worked. So that's why I feel like I can help you guys out. Halvin Wolf. Wow, you're getting personal here, man. How was it working with Alexis? It was fine. We'll get personal a little bit. I guess that's okay. Uh, we've been dating for 4, going almost 5 months, and we had to part ways, unfortunately. We're just two different people, and it was just the best thing. So great girl. But yeah, it was a lot of fun working with Alexis. She's great to work with. Um, yes, my name was difficult, but you said it like a pro. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, all right. So the newsletter's still being sent out. No worries. Yeah, I am blushing because it's sensitive. It's a sensitive topic there, but it's all good. It's all good. But I'm glad. I'm glad that things are the way they are now, um, because it's better for both of us. But anyway, let's get back to filmmaking. Rotten Cheese asks, Final Cut Pro 10 or Premiere? I use Final Cut Pro 10. Reasons why I use Final Cut Pro 10. First reason, render speeds unbelievably fast. Way faster than Adobe Premiere. Way faster than Sony Vegas on a PC. So consider that when you are looking at a new video editing platform. Okay. 2, Final Cut Pro is a lot more easy to learn and pick up. It's a lot faster to learn it than Premiere Pro, than even Sony Vegas. It's very user friendly. Thirdly, Final Cut Pro is also industry standard. So if you end up getting picked up to work for a production company, most likely they're going to be using either Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. So you're in good hands if you know how to use Final Cut, because there's no company out there that's going to be like, "Whoa, you work on Final Cut Pro? We can't hire you." No one's going to say that to you. Final Cut Pro is a fantastic uh, piece of software or software. So if you know Final Cut Pro, boom, you're going to do very well. Okay, what is the best lens for video? I can't answer that because there's just so many lenses, but the lens that I love using is a Zeiss 24-70. Halvin Wolf is asking, still planning to live stream some of the Rob Riches shoot tomorrow. So that shoot got pushed back. We were supposed to shoot a supercar tomorrow, and that supercar got into an accident. So we are going to be postponing that shoot. Next week, however, there will be more Rob Riches shoots that I'll be allowed to live stream. So stay tuned for that. This morning, I released a new video regarding contracts and how to write out contracts. So I hope that you checked out that video because it also has a download link where you can download a template so you can use that contract for your very own business. What is the best off-market lens? Pierce McGinley is asking that question. Honestly, the only off-market lens or third-party lens that I've been using for my Sony and Canon cameras would be the Rokinon. Rokinon series lenses are fantastic. I also know Tamron is fantastic. So if you really want to look at third-party lenses, do your research, go on YouTube. There's a bunch of comparison videos on that type of stuff. Would you have any tips on the most efficient way of getting expensive film equipment? The most efficient way, obviously the first step is to take a deep breath and never buy too much too soon. Buy a lens here, buy a camera there. In my opinion, the best way to buy film equipment, open up a credit card, but spend money strategically. And in that sense, I mean, you have to take into account how much money you're making from your clients and how many clients you have. So what I like to do, I like to take all of, let's say I make $6,000 one month, right? I want to take probably, this might sound a little bit too crazy, but I want to take half of that and invest it back into my business. Keep the other half for expenses. So I'm going to take half of that, which is like $3,000, and I'm going to invest that into newer equipment. I'm not going to do that every month, Obviously, maybe once or twice a year I'll do that. But you have to, you have to see how much you make. Next question. Rotten cheese. What would you recommend for non-expensive wide-angle lens for crop sensor camera? Rokinon 8mm lens. That's perfect for a crop sensor camera. Check it out. Alicia Batukang, Batunkang Visuals. I hope I pronounced that right. What kind of content should I come up for YouTube for filming beginner and intermediate level? So I answered that question. You actually asked that question on one of my earlier live stream videos, and I answered it on another live stream. You have to do your research on YouTube and find out what YouTube doesn't have. Once you find out what YouTube doesn't have, then you make a video on the missing content, and that's how you get viral videos. All right. So, like I said, YouTube is a very difficult space, simply because there's so much competition. So you have to look at, you have to just check some statistics. What are people researching, and what is not available to them? So consider that. Really consider that, because that's what I did, and it worked. All right, let's see. Next question, please. Let's see what else we have here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. That's it. No more questions. Okay, here we go. Suloctography. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. What are your thoughts on vlogging? Any tips? First tip about vlogging, keep things in focus. Because I know a lot of people like to shoot themselves. So keep yourself in focus. I cannot stress enough how many vlogs I see where just things are so out of focus. And the best way to do that is to use a wide-angle lens, and hopefully your camera does really well with autofocus, so that way you don't have to worry about manual focus when you hold out a camera. So sorry if I seem a little tired. I went to the gym earlier today and I'm just like beat. I need some coffee. Also, when you're doing vlogging, another tip is that your energy level should grow throughout the whole entire vlog. Don't have your energy level high in the beginning and then slowly die down. It's supposed to start lower and end higher, if that makes any sense. If you start high, end higher. Okay, so that's another great piece of advice for you. Vlogs can be as long as you want them to be, but as long as they're interesting. But the average time span for a person to watch a vlog is under 8 minutes, so keep that in mind. Rotten cheese, Steadicam or gimbal for low budget? I actually made a video comparing both the gimbal and the electronic gimbal and the glide cam. So check it out on my channel, glide cam versus gimbal. I already did a comparison video on what I think is the best. Halvin Wolf is asking, is autofocus bad? It depends on the camera that you're using. So, for example, one of my cameras is the Sony a7R II. That camera is unbelievable at focus. It's quicker to realize what's in focus and what's not in focus faster than me. So it all depends on the camera and lens you're using. Sakim Shah Jahan, have you ever used a phone to shoot 4K video? If so, do you know how to stop the lighting from changing? Yeah, I've shot on the iPhone 7. My iPhone's right here. I shot on 4K. I think it has an adjustment, an exposure slider. I've used it, but it doesn't work too well. There's definitely apps out there that you can purchase. They're not free, where you can turn your iPhone camera into a manual camera. So you can adjust ISO, you can adjust shutter speed, and you can just do a ton of things that are manual on there. So stock, what the iPhone comes with, you can't really control that. You can't control all those features. you have to look at purchasing another app for photography or videography. That's the unfortunate thing about the iPhone. But I wish we had those manual options. Next question, please. What other questions do we have here? Don't be shy, guys. We got time. Here's another question here. Many sites like eBay offer cheap glide cams and gimbals, essentially cheap film equipment. Would you recommend getting the cheap equipment for beginners or saving up for the expensive ones? Again, it all depends on how quick you need the equipment and how much money you have in your bank account. Um, as of right now, a lot of Chinese film equipment is unbelievable quality. For example, DJI, Chinese. Lang, Chinese. Wieldy, Chinese. All of these companies are based in China and they're competing with the American market. So you don't have to pay thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars on this equipment if it's already available to you from China overseas. Um, for example, I messed around with the original American-made glide cam and a Chinese version of it, and the footage was exactly the same. The parts are a little bit cheaper on the Chinese glide cam, but I was still able to get the same amount of shots. So I say go for the cheaper glide cams, save up your money for some lenses or maybe an electronic gimbal and even some lights. So that's what I recommend. Next question. I'm ready for the next question. What do you guys have for me? Don't be shy. Is that it? We'll do one more question, guys, and then I got to sign off. Just wanted to take, 20, 25 minutes to get online here. And that's it. No more questions? Oh, guys, we reached the dead zone. It's very dead now. But yeah. All right, guys. So I want to, thank you for coming out just for like 20, 25 minutes. Just wanted to hop on really quick and just see if there were any questions I could have answered for you. I hope that this, even though this is a shorter version of the original live streams that I usually do, I hope that you still learned something. Alicia's asking, will this video be replayed? I missed my question answer. Network was off. Yes. Yes. I will definitely keep it on, and you can continue asking questions on this live stream, even though it won't be live. And I'll answer it in future videos or in a future live stream. One more question. Okay, I'll answer one more question. One more question. Go for it. What do you have for me? Will I ever make a camera hack video? If I still had a Canon camera, yes. Yes, definitely. If I still had it, but right now, as of right now, I haven't found any significant hacks for the Sony or Panasonic line. Alvin Wolf, will we ever get a peek at your MP3 list? Yes. I'll make a live stream editing video soon, and I'll show you how I choose my music. What are the best camera settings for video? Again, it depends on what camera you're using and what setting you're shooting in. I can't give you a generic answer. There's just so many settings to go through. So I'm going to go ahead and log off, guys. I got to get some editing done, and then we will talk in a little bit. Hopefully I'll do one more live stream over the weekend for you. All right, guys. Have a great week, and have fun filming, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.